What's up? What's up? You already know your boys are back. The Hard Corner is in the motherfucking building, the spot where the news brings you the news. What's crack-a-lackin', Busky? You already know.
Yes,
We back.
we're back. You know it. Another good episode. So hang in there, everybody.
Yeah, a lot of shit. It's funny how shit it snowballs always at the last minute. You know, it's like like when we tell you the shit's trickling in, it trickles in.
It's been par for course as every week, like literally as we are pre-gaming, we're still putting it together because it's great. It's the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah, everybody. So everybody tuning in. When we tell you we're bringing you the fucking news, we're literally getting the shit as we go and fucking ping-ponging it back to you. But there's a lot of shit going around the planet. First of all, today was we thought we were gonna have to move the recording day down because Busky was doing a religious getaway with Scott Vogel. I think they came back reborn something. I don't know what, but anyway. But ended up jumping on, and I'm glad we did because a lot of shit snowballed and a lot of good shit to talk about. And even before that, I just want to say real quick, I just saw on fucking Netflix the fucking thing on Woodstock. Crazy.
Yeah. Good.
I didn't see the HBO one, but I saw the Netflix one or whatever.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy. I so bugged out. But if anybody out there wants to see something, go check that shit out. Pretty crazy.
I watched it too. So
yeah, it was pretty bugged out, man. Cool shit. Because I remember MQ being out there. MQ was out there selling fake acid to people. So all those motherfuckers out there burning shit, they were fronting like they were tripping.
Right.
MQ saw the fucking crayons or something like spaghettis painted or something, dry spaghetti. Anyway, that's another episode.
That wasn't in the documentary though.
That's an hour version of the documentary coming out on Smoking Word TV. Listen, on the real.
Right.
Shout out to everybody who's been tapping in, subscribing. We're feeling the love. Everybody around the planet, keep subscribing, pass it around. Every week we drop everything. First we drop it on Patreon. Listen, Patreon, we love you. I see all the new patrons. The Busky family is in the fucking building.
Hell yeah.
Everybody looking out. Again, it gives us the time and the extras to do this show and to go out of our way to make things look fly because we have to look good to show the world that we know how to represent our world the way it needs to be represented. And that's what respect and class and also with some dirt and grit. But
that's right.
With that being said, there's a lot of shit going on in the city. Busky, what do we got? You just sent me this shit.
Yeah.
Which is the banger.
Yeah. September 11th. The Acacia Strain with Terror, Year of the Knife, End It, and a band called Body Box at the Brooklyn Monarch. They've been doing a lot of shows there recently. People always ask what's going on in New York. Well, Brooklyn Monarch is what's going on right now. A lot of good shows going on there, brought to you by a lot of people, one of them being LIECC, which is our boy Scanlon. But yeah, just another cool, Acacia Strain's cool to see a band that's been around for a long time. And
let's work in reverse. Let's start with the first band. Was that Body Box? You said
Body Box. Don't know, so no idea who that is, but it looks
cool logo. Cool. Yeah, it's a cool logo. Body Box. I like the name in a way. It kind of reminds me of one of my favorite parts of a woman's anatomy. No, but Body Box. But it's cool. Again, what I'm starting to like that my eye it doesn't feel foreign to see that type of font in a font on a flyer connected with the fonts that we are seeing with other types of bands. Meaning the mashup of styles and everything. It looks like heavy music is in a good spot.
Yep, for sure.
Anyway, so we got End It. They're dope. I like End It. I know End It.
Yep. We've touched on them before. Year of the Knife. After that, which is another sort of newer, but they're not really new. I guess they've been around for a minute. I was
gonna say what's the deal with I know I've heard their stuff and I know people love them, but they have like their own movement. It seems like their own thing going on, which is kind of dope. I always am intrigued by bands that have that thing, like Bane had the Baniacs. They got that Grateful Dead thing where certain band they just love that band.
Yeah,
and I've been hearing a lot about them. I got to check them out more. I got to really do my homework with them.
Same with that, and I know the singer for Year of the Knife is also the drummer of that band Gridiron, who's doing
I like it even more now. Now you said that being a drummer and being again
Yep.
Keep going, keep going. I
So
like it.
they're a cool band. Again, like we said, they sort of new but not new. And I know they played a bunch with Terror, so there might be a tie in there. And obviously Terror is Terror. We know that that's going to be great. And it's cool for them too because they can play a bunch of these shows where they can play metal shows, they can play hardcore shows, they can play metalcore and death metal stuff. So to see them supporting this show with Acacia Strain is cool. And even when I played in Terror years back, we did a bunch of tours with the Acacia Strain. So it's cool to see, them. And I don't think they were playing over Terror at the time. So it's cool just to see how that role, how that role over time sometimes changes, and the Acacia Strain has gone off and done obviously a lot more of a metal audience thing than Terror did. But it's cool to see that these worlds, like you were saying before, coming together, and it doesn't seem weird at all,
And you gotta, what you call it, you gotta give it to the Acacia Strain. The Acacia Strain already, there was bands also before them doing the very extreme kind of metal thing, but they were kind of doing it also at a time where I remember them really sticking out, being like, because there wasn't a full scene of those type of bands, so it was kind of fucking kind of bugged out. But
you're right though, for sure.
It's good shit. It's good to see them back in a small fucking tidbit. I think at one point they ended up with a Madball van.
Oh wow!
Like one of our vans, like early on, we were selling a van, and to this band that came and picked it up. And I think, long story short, it was them. I could be wrong, but Acacia Strain, New York City, Terror, Year the Knife Ended, and fucking Body Box.
Yes.
You been to the Monarch, right? Was that where the Black and Blue was?
Yep. It's a great venue, cool spot. So it'll be
I haven't been to that spot. That's the Black and Blue, like, right? You said that.
There's like a courtyard out back, so there's places to escape if you don't want to be in the show. There's other little nooks and crannies and rooms. There's a little downstairs where the merch is. Venues in the middle, and then you go up these little stairs out the back, and there's a courtyard. So yeah, it's a great venue for sure.
Dope. And what else? There's another show. We got a lot. There's more. That's the one good thing. There's a lot of show. It's crazy because the variety of shows also that's going around. It ain't just like your 101 hardcore. Your locals doing their local tri-state run kind of thing.
Yeah.
Over here, what do we got? We got the Genocide Pack. This is like death metal madness bonanza.
Yes, yeah.
What do we got here?
Yeah, it's easy to keep touching on this stuff because it's out there, and like we keep sort of mentioning, a lot of these bands, they're incestuous. They can play hardcore shows, so you learn about them in the hardcore crowd, but then you see them go off and they do their own separate tours, which are essentially death metal tours. So this is a very cool tour. Genocide Pact from DC, this band called No Mas, which just kind of popped up on my radar recently, from DC also, which is super cool, and this new band called Vomit Forth. And these are, like we keep saying, this is sort of the new generation of the hardcore metal crossing over, but it's just more extreme. And, that the Days label, the Maggot Stomp label, the Closed Casket Activities, like a lot of these labels are picking up on that. And this is sort of that natural progression of heavy hardcore. So, and metal, death metal, I guess now. So, but this is a tour starting in November, just a 10-day run. It looks like, Baltimore, a little bit on the South, a little bit Midwest, and up into Canada, and ending in Brooklyn. So
fucking the fucking imagery, they're killing it, man. I'm loving all the imagery with all this shit. Like, I gotta say, I'm feeling all these fucking, what's it called, deathcore? I mean, I gotta be schooled on what the fuck they call themselves nowadays.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is I hate the word metalcore. I always did, because I always loved Marauder and fucking All Out War and Dissolve and all these bands that were hardcore centric guys, but they were playing metal, and then it turned into that term metalcore, which then turned into a whole different breed of metal hardcore, and it defined like an era to me that wasn't really metal or hardcore. It was its own thing, metalcore. And I don't know, a lot of this stuff it's like hardcore dudes playing hardcore songs, but then they do like tremolo picking, like a double picking, like instead of just like slowing it down, it gets speeds up, and then a blast beat instead of a hardcore beat. you know. But essentially, a lot of these songs are just sort of the hardcore riffs, but they've amped up the drumming and they growl on top of them instead of have tough guy vocals or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Is it deathcore? You know?
Hold up.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Hold up, everybody. We have a motherfucking emergency system alert
We interrupt
update.
this program.
Oh,
This
shit.
is a national emergency.
Oh,
shit. Oh shit. Oh
hold
man.
on, hold on. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. We got my brother, the one and only Craig Ahead, everybody.
What's
Look at the
up?
storm has come through.
Listen,
Cedric
listen,
Broadcast
everybody.
Network.
You already know, right? Listen,
Yeah.
everybody, welcome to the hard corner. My brother, the one and only Skull Zone, fucking Craig Ahead. What's up, Craig?
How you guys doing? All right.
Yeah.
I ain't good.
What
Good.
up? Yo, weekday, I get to be on my two favorite bass players. This is great.
Listen, no. I'm glad you were going. I'm glad we were able to get you on because you just got back from Europe. Let it.
Yeah.
First of all, I see mad footage. You look like you guys were killing it. Let everybody know real quick. You guys,
Yeah,
how was it? You know, people want to know.
we-
They see it, but let them know.
Yo, we did 4 weeks in Europe. It was a mix of festivals and club shows. It was great. Tons of support. All the shows were awesome. People are hungry for shows, and things are back in full swing. And yeah, it was great. I mean, I had an absolute blast.
Yeah, good. And when did you get back?
I got back Sunday night, so I've been home like a day and a half about.
Now, let me ask you: was this is the second of the two runs, or this was the first?
This was the second of the two runs. We broke it into two sections. So the first one was, just about 3 weeks, and this one was 4 weeks. So Europe's a wrap. We might go back in November. We're working on some stuff for then, so we'll see how it goes.
And let me ask you this:
But the
didn't-
reason, go ahead.
I want to ask you this. No, now is your second run. On your first run back, obviously it felt great going back to
Yeah,
Europe,
yeah,
doing
oh,
those crowds or whatever. But being a little older, being out of the mix for a little bit, how was it? How did it feel to deal with the jet lag and the being run down, or was it like fuck that? I
Yo,
feel great because it felt like a
nothing.
cryotherapy.
Nothing.
It was cryotherapy. I tell you what, like anything that when I used to feel tired, aggravated, whatever, injuries, acting up, at this point, after being out for a couple of years, I look like, yeah, this is nothing. I could do this standing on my head. You know what I'm saying? I could do what. The one thing the last few years taught me is me personally, I could survive anything and thrive, and I can improve. I did a lot of self-improvement over those couple of years. So to me, it's all gravy at this point. I mean, I'm just going to like go and go and go. Like I feel better than ever,
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
You, Hoya, you're an inspiration for that. The way you handle your business.
Trying,
Love
at
and
this
respect,
age,
brother.
no, you know what it
Hero.
is. You know what it is at this age. We realize the one thing we don't get back is time. That's the one fight you do not win. So why fight it? I ride it. You understand? So that's the plan.
We're on here with a hero, Busky.
I know.
No,
you're both
Real
inspirational.
American
Let-
hero.
Listen, American, proud American. Despite what I'm a proud American, but I'm a motherfucking work in progress. But I'm
Straight
working.
hero.
I'm
Marvel
working.
Comics hero.
But one thing I gotta say, you guys had one of the most, I think probably one of the best classic OG tours to come around in a long time with the last run you did on the East Coast with the You Guys Agnostic Front and the Crown of Thorns run.
Yeah, we did. That was what the emergency broadcast was. That's why I put up a bat signal. I had to break through because the West Coast is coming.
That's what we need here. That's what I was gonna say.
First show's on the 7th in Arizona, and
listen. No. I'm looking at the dates and I don't know if we're able to rip all the dates and put them up, but I got them up here. The reason why I wanted to tell you was like, the West Coast is getting a motherfucking tour and a half because you're getting sick of it all, Agnostic Front and Crown of Thorns. Like, I mean, you could watch that, then you could go and then catch up with all the other, everybody else doing their thing and get these, under your belt. You know what I mean? For all the young guns out there. This is a tour to, this is a tour to be able to see, a lot of the people still doing it. A lot of the roots in action. You know what I mean?
I mean, you look at Agnostic Front, founding fathers of New York hardcore. Victim in Pain is like the flag planted on the moon. That album is the where New York hardcore kicked off. You got sick of it all. We're a
same
juggernaut.
thing. Keeping
and then you got Crown of Thorns, who are an old school band. If you like Turnstile, if
Yeah.
you kids don't know, Turnstile, one of their main influences is Crown of Thorns. So this is a good tour. You get a little taste of everything up in there. You get the first wave, you get the second wave, and
Yeah.
you get the third wave all
Now-
wrapped into one.
Totally.
Let me ask you this. Speaking of the moon, you think the landing on the moon was real?
You know, I never looked into that, so I don't know much about it.
First of all, stop
This one,
lying.
that one,
Yes,
I
you
don't
have.
even know.
This-
Baloney.
first of all, stop lying. Yes, you have, and whatever.
Straight up, that's the one that I never really looked into. I don't know why. It got through the cracks. You know,
Listen, for some reason, there's no way you went from lizards and skipped right over the moon, dude.
Right.
There's
I
no
skipped
way.
right over the moon. Lizards on the moon. I don't know.
Now, listen, have you got, oh, boom, there we go. So
Yeah.
what
Oh,
do we
there we
got
go.
there? All right, so on the West Coast, we got motherfucking Phoenix, San Diego, Garden Grove. Listen, Los Angeles, motherfucking getting a motherfucking treat. Oakland,
Doubleheader.
Portland, Seattle. Listen, this is one, the Boise, Idaho. Have you ever played Boise on Craig?
Yeah,
You got,
many times, man.
yeah, I don't
It's
think
great.
Madball's done a Boise yet.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, Boise's great.
Yeah, man. Shout out to all the hoes in Idaho.
Oh man.
Yeah, I love this
Come on.
crowd, dude. Come on, smoking word.
That's
This
good,
is
that's
for,
good.
for the improper.
You get me.
Listen, all right, who else we got? Salt Lake City. Shout out to all you Mormons and all your dirty wives and husbands or whatever you got today. Who else we
Wow.
got? Now, listen, I love this crowd. This is the informal news with some real shit and some other shit. But no, but you got some good spots on the
Yes.
real, like Salt
It's
Lake,
gonna be
Denver,
good. Yeah, Denver.
Texas,
Denver's
like a
gonna be good.
motherfucker.
Yep.
I think
yep.
Denver. We're gonna have a little party. We're gonna have a little party in Denver. I heard after the show, a little party.
Oh yeah, there's a lot
a
of
couple of old AF heads are coming out. We're gonna have a
Oh
little party
yeah,
after
yeah.
the
Shout
show,
out to
you know?
them. Oh yeah,
Yeah, and,
Yeah, I got it.
also, of course, Oakland. You know what I mean?
of
We all got
course.
friends in Oakland, so Oakland's like a home away from home. That's going to be great. See Chris and all the fellas. That's
You
gonna
have
be
a
great.
lot of Ernie motherfucking Cortez, by the way.
God
Listen,
bless.
you got a lot
God
of
bless.
all-star. Yeah, listen, it's like I'm jealous. I was jealous of the first run. I'm jealous of this run, but jealous in the best way. Because that's gonna be. I wish I was just there in the morning to drink coffee
You want
and
to
talk
sell
shit.
merch?
Yeah. Hey, I'll talk to you after this. You never
Yeah,
know.
for real.
Yeah, you never know.
You could drive out with me and Dijon. We're driving out.
Oh, Dijon's on. Oh yeah, Dijon.
Me and
Oh,
Dijon
Dijon.
in a van for 3 days. It's
Oh
Ooh.
man, there's gonna be
It's
some
gonna be
soul
like, yeah.
searching like a motherfucker.
80s. Yeah, he's gonna
Spirituality.
slap me around and straighten me out.
But yeah, no, but that's dope. You got no, but I'm glad I was able to get. I wanted everybody to know that. You listen, West Coast is gonna get some East Coast invasion, and listen, right now, the young buck, all the young bucks are motherfucking killing it, and they're representing the right way.
Oh yeah.
But now it's time. The OGs are coming through, so let's keep that energy going, and everybody roll
Absolutely.
through. Listen, AF, listen, they're all back. What more you want? They're rolling through your city and more. Fucking Idaho's on the map. What more you want? You know what I mean?
That's hard.
You know what I mean?
Potatoes
So-
up in there.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But Scully, I'm glad we were able to get you. Anything you want to let everybody know before we get out of here?
I just want to say, thanks everybody for supporting what we all do. You know, the whole New York hardcore situation is one movement, just with different factions. We're all one family, so we all support each other the way it should be. And I want to thank you guys for having me on. Hoya, I want to thank you for all you've been doing. I've always done, but especially in the last bit, you stepped up your game. You're a man that inspires me, honestly, as a friend and as a
You're
human
my
being.
bro, Sculls. You know
That's
what's up.
right.
I love you,
That's,
nigga.
I say that from the heart. And Busky, great to see you as well.
Always.
And keep up the good work, fellas. Thank you for
Yeah,
having me
yeah,
on.
yeah. And a shout out to Craig. And I want to say something first. I was talking mad shit on Craig because I was like, this motherfucker's not going to be able to get a Wi-Fi feed, sign on. Yeah, I was talking shit. I was like, this fucking moron ain't gonna do. Listen, because Scully has a beef with Wi-Fi signals, or Wi-Fi's have a beef with him.
Yeah.
But today
That's
he blew us out the box
Yep.
with the pixelation, and the Wi-Fi signal is off the hook. I gotta give props.
My Wi-Fi, but it's the Wi-Fi. I can get it now, and I'm gonna get it soon. Now that things are getting back to normal, and
But
now I'm in Queens, so Queens is good. You know, you see my silver record over my shoulder.
Oh yeah. By the way,
Yeah.
let
Yeah, what's
everybody
up
know
with
that.
How do I get that
Everybody.
show? There you go. That's a
There
silver
you go.
record.
Let everybody know real
Look at
quick.
that.
My man got a motherfucking silver record, and let him know.
That's
What track? What was the song?
250,000
What
sold,
song?
son.
How many
Not a
people
song,
heard
it's
which song? Which song was on there?
It's albums.
The albums.
Ain't that
Oh,
big. Yeah, it's albums. It's like the Fat Record Collection, but
oh,
it's a
so it's
couple,
just,
three
oh, so it's
albums.
just, so it wasn't
Three
like,
albums make a
no,
silver.
but it wasn't the compilation. It was the
You got it,
albums.
though.
All right, good, boom.
Yeah, it was the album, but Scratch also did silver. Scratch is Service, but it was a major label, so they're not giving you any props for that. They want to keep that so they can steal the money like they do.
Absolutely, yo, everybody,
You know,
but
but
everybody,
Fat's honest.
shout out to honest fat people. Shout out to honest fat. Also, shout out to Madbo who just went triple aluminum for the cause.
Oh yeah,
Listen,
yeah,
you know
yeah,
what time
yeah.
it is.
Triple aluminum, son.
And we went double saran wrap, and I just got the phone call.
Oh yeah.
Triple aluminum.
Yeah. You guys went copper in South America. I heard.
Yeah, we went
That's
copper,
good.
but I don't
Copper's
believe
worth
that.
a lot.
That's digitally.
Yeah.
You know, in the
Yeah.
metaverse. But Scully, yo, one
Yeah.
love. I'm glad. I love you. I'm glad you're in the
All right,
building.
fellas,
We're gonna
well-
talk. I'll let you know when this shit drops. Everybody, make sure you get to the
We'll
West
do that
Coast and
bass
fucking
player
support.
thing again too. I want to get on for the
Yes.
bass player thing.
We
Let me
will.
in. Let me in.
Absolutely.
Love you, Scully.
Absolutely.
Great to see you.
All right, love you
Yo,
guys.
we
Thank
out.
you for having me. Keep up the good work, fellas.
You know what's up. Listen, everybody, there you go. Listen, you never know who's gonna pop in and give you that 411. But he's headed out to the West Coast, and if he's headed out to the West Coast, you should know because they're gonna be coming through your town. So
Yep.
but shout out to Sick of It All, Crown of Thorns, and Agnostic Front invading the West Coast.
Fuck
So
yeah.
let's keep it moving on staying on track with the news. Right now, we got something for you fucking bookworms.
That's
But
right.
this is more my kind of book with pictures.
Yeah.
What do we got here?
If anybody's familiar in the tattoo world, obviously there's a lot of crossover in the tattoo culture world. Tim Lehigh is a pretty recognizable big name in that world. So Tribal Publishing, my good friend Patrick Kitzel, who did Reaper Records and True Blue from Germany, he has started this book publishing company that
Oh, is this Kitzel shit? I didn't know that. Oh, that's
Yep.
dope.
This has
Oh.
been 3 years in the making. That he's been working directly in contact with Tim, going to his house, working with him on this. I've had a little bit of a hand in helping with some of the layout stuff, so I know that it's been a 3-year labor of love. Pre-orders for this book are finally going to be available September 1st. So definitely want to shout this out because Tim is, first of all, an awesome artist, awesome guy, but he's contributed heavily to probably tons of graphics that people, have worn on their, shirts or records.
Like
So
example.
he did most recently in our world. I know he did some work for Fireburn, which was Todd Youth's band, before he passed away. So even up until now, he was current relevant doing stuff, for modern hardcore. But also he did a logo for Black Anvil. He did
Dope.
a lot of stuff for High and Fire. He did
And
a lot
Slayer,
of stuff.
I see. Slayer,
Yeah,
Fire,
and even
Burn,
Slayer.
Black Emperor.
Right.
Yeah,
He did a ton of stuff for Jeff Hanneman specifically. So he designed.
Is that his stuff on the cover? Obviously, right? That shit is dope.
I'm
The
not
layout
sure if
of
he
the
did
book.
any of the cover art. Oh yeah, that's his. Yeah, the tiger. So
Yeah, just the layout on the book too, how it sits on the book with the corners, dope.
this thing is insane. When you get the book, it's like I said, it's 3 years of labor. So the layout's amazing. The paper stock is amazing. All of the little features are amazing. There's these cool, almost like tracing paper, see-through, double page fold outs that you'll see where it looks like it's tracing paper and just the whole thing. But the content alone is just mind-blowing. Page after page of this guy's artwork is just phenomenal. So I just want to shout that out. Tribal Publishing, that'll be dropping September 1st. So keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, September 1st. That's
Yeah.
good. That's a day before my birthday. So if you motherfuckers want to give me a gift,
That's a great birthday present right
You could-
there.
or you could just give me the cash. And what else we got? So we got also fucking New York got some more shit
Yeah.
coming out. So we got September 23rd and 24th, Brooklyn Monarch. What do we got?
That's right. Brooklyn Monarch again, like we said before. Another show from the LIECC guys. This is a double two-parter, the Triple B showcase this year. Dude, it's stacked. Friday, September 23rd, Tsunami, Spy, Age of Apocalypse, Queensway, Simulacra.
Bangers.
Yeah, I mean, and it just keeps going. Downfall, Volcano. So tons of bands that day. Second day, even better. Never Ending Game, Pain of Truth, Restraining Order, Gridiron.
Bang, a lot of strong new blood in the mix.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is just, I don't know, man. This to me is like, this is proof that this shit's not going anywhere. It's proof that as elders now, we need to respect the current culture of these, like, we always say these guys out there grinding, doing it, as much as we are too. And we're carrying flags as much as, these other kids are planting flags. And within 5, 10, 15, 20 years, half of these bands are going to be probably, legendary status as well too. So I don't know, man. I love seeing this stuff. I really do. Like, people say, what's going on in hardcore, and this sucks and that sucks, and it's like, you're just not looking, because this shit is out there, and it's good.
You know what it is? A lot of an older generation, or just generations in general, tend to look in the same crate of records and forget that, to the left of it and to the right of it, maybe in the drawer under it, there's shit too. We're all guilty of it. There's so many of these bands. I'm more familiar now more than ever. I won't sit here and be lying. I always had my antennas open for new flavor, but I wasn't always hunting it. But I always enjoyed. I always like to be the guy who knew the new shit and put on the next person. I was that dude in elementary school and high school. I knew what all the new hip hop songs were. I had them first. I would tell my boys, guess who's dropping what? I got it. I'll give it to you. Like, I like to be the dude that, who put you on? I put you on. So doing the show got me more open. And again, being in a band, what a lot of band people do, a lot of musicians tend to do consciously and subconsciously, is you automatically compete when you listen to music with yourself. You try to make it a competition, things friendly, sometimes not, but when it shouldn't be looked at that, and you should just be able to enjoy it for what it is. I learned to do that. Everything ain't a competition or that's good, but no. Why people like that band, or why not they don't like this band? I forget about that, and I learned to just again hear with I hear again with my like teenage ears again. And
right.
It's like, it's not biased, and I could appreciate shit for what it is and not be anal with it. That was my problem with it, which listening to new bands make me get out of my shell as far as hey, yo, you like it, don't dissect it, enjoy it
for what it is. Right, absolutely. I'm right there with you at this point too, and I don't know if that's just because we're older and wiser and whatever, but it's the same thing. Like, I try to just remove myself and just become a guy at the show, or a guy hearing a new band for the first time again, and I try to just be like, all right, how would I have felt back in 90 whatever when I would have first heard this, because essentially that's where all this energy is coming from. It's coming from that sort of part of life and time and place. I mean, it's not 40, 50-year-old guys up there doing this. You look and it's like these guys are in the 20s and whatever, and that's just that. It's that moment in time where you're fucking hardcore and you are living it. You're going to every show and you're stage diving and you're moshing and you're putting out every zine and whatever. And I'm doing some of those things, but certainly not to this degree. And I remember those days 20 years, 30 years ago, So I always try to approach these things with that sort of respect that, time and place, and this is their time and place. And it's, younger generations where it's at with this shit,
Definitely. It's for sure. As long as they make sure to show respect for where the roots come from, we got to show respect on where the roots are going.
Where they're going. Right.
Again, the flyer's dope. I love that shit. Whoever did this flyer, I want them to do me a flyer for. I don't have a show to play, but I want them to do me a flyer because I love
come up with one.
The skin shit is exactly. That shit's dope. But listen, if you want to go see some new flavor, these are the bands. Listen, I can tell you just off the grip for me, the Pain, the Truth, the Tsunamis, the Age of the Simulacra, the Age of Apocalypse. These are some real hard hitters. Queensway, these like a lot of hard hitters. And these are bands that I fuck with too. That they're making noise, and for the right reason. They're putting out some really good music. So
liecc.com. Get those tickets, and I'm pretty sure he's got a stacked rest of the couple months coming up too. So
definitely. Long Island's representing. So Long Island, make sure you make it happen. And then we also got some new shit. My brother Richie fucking Crutch, Richie Wisdom. Richie fucking Richie he's dropping bombs. What can I tell you? Right now, he has a new release. If you haven't heard, Richie has a new label. I forgot with who else, but the new label is called Never Ran, Never Will Records. Missing Link, Unchained, song premiere August 22nd. Listen, support the fam. You understand? These are new flavors. Pennsylvania representing with the label, with the bands, with the shows. Listen, we gotta show love to Pennsylvania. You understand? Right now, I gotta say, right now, I think Pennsylvania is the heart of the hardcore as we know it. Carrying it for the East Coast. New York got some stuff Northeast, but the East right now, the biggest muscle in the body on the right side of the coast is Pennsylvania. So we got to keep that bud going. You know what I mean? And New York is starting to pick it up. Go ahead.
Absolutely. But to your point on that is even this band Missing Link, there's guys from New York in this band. So even though it's a PA sort of central band, this guy here on the left, he plays in Pain of Truth, so there's that, like you're saying, that whole sort of Northeast thing going on where Pennsylvania, New York, Jersey, like it's all sort of conglomerating and merging, and it's a cool thing to see, for sure.
Yeah, and it's dope. And again, listen, this is what we're talking about. We are people that love this shit and we live this shit. My brother Richie could be doing a lot of other things like taking care of his beautiful baby, but he also bleeds this shit and has to be around it and put the music out that he loves. So salute to him and the label, Never Ran, Never Will Records. Missing Links, the band, song premiere, Unchained, August 22nd. Listen, on No Echo. Listen, shout out to Freddie. Shout out to everybody in our world and any underground world or platform fucking out here spreading the word because nobody's going to do it for us. So we do it ourselves, but that's where we come from. So shout out to everybody living in the trenches and go check that Missing Link out.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely. Yeah. And Richie actually, man, I wish I still had that list. He had a list of a bunch of stuff coming up on Never Ran, Never Will. So good to see that he's already debuting stuff and, for sure, keep an eye out for that label. He's going to have some new heat coming out for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna get him on next time he does a release, and we'll have him bring down some new releases so everybody could get the drop on some new shit coming out. And I ran one of my homeboys from freaking Questions. Shout out to Questions from Brazil, Sao Paulo, but he put me onto some really cool shit. A new, I guess it's a group or my man. He raps, but he does cover songs or I don't know. It's really dope. It's like some hip hop or some metal shit. It's called fucking Punk Dubs, I think. I'm not fully sure, but you can see the track on fucking YouTube. Some really cool shit. I thought we had some video. I'm not sure we have the video, Gator. Gator, you got that? Boom.
Deita na cama de prego, tipo aqui. Tenta me tirar do sério, licença aqui. Faço do meu jeito, cobro que é meu direito, sem preconceito, pra poder bater no peito.
Mestre dos magos, eu trago a minha rima. Abstrata, vivo, feliz, minha cria. Sonoplastia, loucura, melancolia, fé. Procure a sua, eu cuido da minha.
Como já dizia o antigo ditado de vila, que abraça ideia, abraça pica. Amizade não se compra com likes, mas o preço de um amigo hoje em dia tá barato demais. Já ficou velho, o rei que vive na barriga. A gente não engole tudo que mastiga, vai saber. E um dia banca queda, não esquece de cair na real quando te descer uma queda.
Denominado de rótulo prédio e metropolital. Simplesmente olha pra frente, sem resenha internetal. Vivência moralinha, balança entre o meio e o mal. Já me manda, cortou no dedo e o fim foi plau, plau.
Pressionado pela proporção da pressão proporcionada pela pressa. O tempo passa que me resta fazer verso.
Yeah, some really dope shit, man. My boy sent me that, and I was like I said, I don't always mix my hip hop and my thing, but that shit is done dope, and I'm hearing what he's saying and how he's spin. He's really flying. I think it's done really dope, and I gotta say, man, I'm really feeling what they're doing. Listen, I think they're from Sao Paulo, Brazil. First of all, hardcore lives in Brazil, number one,
awesome. Yeah.
And the flavor, the swag. The fucking making it happen, the tightness, the quality, that shit could hang with anything out. So, I was feeling that shit though. Shout out to fucking my Helio and the Question Squad and for putting me on in Sao Paulo. But I love to hear fucking when other continents
Yeah.
are just repping, you know.
Yeah.
And
Well, it's the worldwide, like you've always said, and Madball's always pushed that too. It's a worldwide, you know, it's hardcore is not just from fucking New York City and America, whatever. It's a worldwide thing, and it's influenced. And I'm pretty sure you even said before we were talking a whole new generation. And like you were saying that, you know, you shot the video down there a decade or more so
Yeah.
now ago, you know, and this is a new generation that's been influenced even by that, you know, that
Yeah.
you guys did that from that video shoot. So no, it's awesome to see, you know, and it sounds, even that riff sounds like it could be a Madball riff.
yeah,
You know, so it's
cool,
great
yeah.
to hear that influence. It's great to see them creating their own thing, because there is the hip hop element, there's the hardcore element, there's the skateboarding in there, you know, and it's a cultural thing. It's fucking cool to see for sure.
Exactly. And it shows how, you know, the world is one big pit right now. Basically,
Yeah.
everybody's up to speed with everything. It ain't like
Yeah.
back in the day where,
Yeah.
you're like, you know, the joke like what Europe was 20 years ago. Oh, they're
Right,
so 10
no.
years behind. It's like, no, they maybe 10 seconds behind.
Yep.
And not even.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah. And that's the thing. Some of the best shit is coming out of South America right now,
Yeah.
and Europe. And you know what I mean? All like we've been touching on this for 12 episodes now. It's not just here, it's everywhere, you know.
Yep.
And we make it a point to bring you that sort of news that it isn't just here.
Yep.
You know, it is a global thing.
Exactly. You know, people always tend to, obviously, you know, Madball and myself and you, we carry the New York hardcore flag, but that's just the area of where we
Yeah.
happen to come from. But
Sure.
we bleed the hardcore family. It doesn't matter what side of the continent or the planet you live on.
Yeah.
We all know it's a state of mind, because there's plenty of people that live in New York that don't belong there, and vice versa. You know, California, whatever. The whole thing is about representing how you represent, you know, staying true, trying to do what you could do, and just, you know, loving what you do and doing what the fuck you want to do the way you want to do it.
Yeah.
And that's the way we do this show,
Yeah,
the way we
absolutely.
fucking want to do it. We are 1,000,000,000% independent. Remember that. Nobody tells us what the fuck to do, and nobody will ever tell us what the fuck to do. So with that being said, what do we got next? I'm gonna
Yeah.
tell you what the fuck to do right now.
I'm gonna tell
is
you
what
what
the next. What the fuck is the next fucking subject?
Yeah,
What we
go
got
listen to this band.
Yeah.
That's what you got to go do.
here? So we got what we
Uh,
got here.
Yeah, but no, to your point, I mean that's exactly it though, you know. And this is a band called No Soul Saved, and it's another one of those bands with guys from, you know, Mind Force and All Out War, and you know, Pillars of Ivory, which our buddy Aaron Knuckles from Death Threat is in, you know. So it's one of these conglomeration bands again where people can't tell us what the fuck we want to do. You would
Yeah.
typically think that these guys would have this sort of a sound, but then
Yeah.
you hear this band and it's not. It's that sort of new, again, heavier death metal influenced, but it has a hardcore undertone, you know, where if you want hardcore heavy, you might be able to pick up on this, you know. But it's I don't know, man. Again, it's the artwork is cool. My buddy Kyle did their logo, and he's been recently doing a ton of flyers that, you know, even you and I have been like, great flyer. And a lot of this is coming from these, you know, just these minds of a couple people
Yeah.
here and there on the Northeast, you know. So this is another cool band, you know. The EP just recently came out. It's on Spotify, and it was just, you know, something cool to mention and just to check out.
And you know what I just put into perspective with, you know, the Mind Forces, the All Out Wars, and that area of New York. That area of upstate New York, that's our new NOLA. That's our New Orleans. You know how
Yeah.
Crowbar comes out of that
Yeah.
Southern. They got
Yeah.
those bands are there.
Sure.
This is our fucking New Orleans,
Yeah.
where the metal and the hardcore meets, and it's never gonna change. It's always gonna be some type of reincarnation or mishmash of those flavors.
Yeah.
Always look at, you know, Mind Force.
Yep.
These guys from the, you know, from the DNA of the All Out Wars.
Yep.
It ain't gonna change. It's
Yeah.
always gonna be with that flavor. But then you got Mind Force, they got that swag, but then they got that
Yeah.
upstate metallic, that certain type of metal.
Yeah.
It's the
And that's what's
fucking
cool about-
the NOLA of New York.
You're right, though, you know, and that's the thing is these guys aren't one dimensional, you know, they don't just write Mind Force or they don't just write All Out War, you know, like they've been around long enough to have influences from everywhere, you know, and it's just an expansion of those influences, you know, but it's all, you know, like it's all rooted, you know, sort of within the hardcore scene and spectrum, you know, so it all could tie back to that. But Yeah, I don't know. Give this a run. Give it a check. It's pretty heavy. You know, there's some fucking serious mosh parts, and you know,
Yeah.
it's cool. It's cool to hear. You know,
And
for
if you want to
sure.
see Jesus Christ hanging on a cross like 4 or 5
Exactly.
times or whoever that might be, I mean, check them out right there.
4 or 5 times. You're right.
And
Once
speaking
isn't
of-
enough. You know?
Yeah, not once,
Let's go-
twice,
we gotta
maybe
prove a
3.
fucking point
1
here.
Jesus, 2 Jesus, 3 Jesus, 4.
Right.
All right. But speaking of heavy, this fucking last weekend, me and Gator. First of all, I don't get to go out much because I take care of business in the home front. But there was a show that came through town I had to go to. Motherfucking Crowbar, Spirit Adrift, and Body Blow came through Miami. They played a new spot called Grams. I don't know if it's new, but I love the spot. Shout out to Grams. Listen, I don't care if you book hardcore shows, if you hate hardcore or not, your spot is dope. I wish you would do hardcore shows. And if you do, we should talk in the future. But great venue, had a good time. I got to see, I wish I was able to get more footage of Kurt and everybody, but I got to see him. He was doing his thing. They murked it. They had a great set. I caught a little bit of it. So I figured, hey, let's just let them know what time it is. Gator Food, drop that shit. What's up, everybody? Hoya Rock coming at you live from Wynwood, reporting for the Hard Corner. Checking out the Crowbar show tonight.
Hey, what's up? It's Mike Fury with Spirit Adrift.
This is Nate Garrett with Spirit Adrift.
We're currently on tour at Crowbar, and we're coming up on 4 weeks, going into 5, and we'll be finishing up at Tattoo the Earth.
When we get home, we are making a new record, and then we're going back out in November with a secret headliner. Stay tuned.
Boom. Shout out to fucking Kirk, Crowbar, Spirit of Drift, and Body Blow. Listen, those motherfuckers are hard, man.
Dude.
How much hard? You can't get any harder than Crowbar. I was just thinking that while I was watching them.
You really can't, you know, they really can't. It's great.
They had a great show. They sounded great. Spirit of Drift, go check them out.
Yep.
Classic style, that really kind of that Sabbathy style, kind of that big groove, rock, metal, whatever you want to call it, but really dope. Go check them out. And Body Blow. Listen, Body Blow is that real East Coast hardcore shit, Miami style, but the roots are, they come from the roots that where we come from. So shout out to the fam at Body Blow, Ryan and all of them. But yo, they killed it, and the club was dope. The club is outdoors, so it was open air. It's big enough for a decent size. You know, you could have, I don't know, maybe from like, let's say 600 to 800 maybe people there.
Wow, really dope.
Like that, or you could have a smaller show with a couple hundred that still will fit in nice. They got a side bar area, and it's in Wynwood, which is basically like the Soho up here. So it's pretty bugged out that they came through. But shout out to fucking shout out to fucking Gramps for throwing the show, man.
Yeah, for sure. I want to shout out my man Tom Dice, who you met at the show too, that went there. Buddy of mine I played in a band with years and years ago. Yeah, and also Mike Fury, you know, from Spirit of Drift. I had no idea that he was in MOD. Yeah, and even True Intentions, you know, which is a dope Texas hardcore.
He's the best, a great drummer, a better, even greater human. And I'm dope. He killed it with the band, so it was dope to see him. And it's good that we have a little bit more brown in metal.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a fucking great dude. So definitely shout out to him.
Great dude, great band. Go check him out. Go check out Crowbar, Body Blow, Spirit of Drift. Go check out everything. And on the subject of craziness, this is the thing. When we bring the hardcore, and when we tell you, it's about a lifestyle, you know, a movement. On the hard corner, anything extreme, anything that we believe in, anything that we live, or anybody that comes from our world doing their thing, we want to shed light on them. So, like we always working, my favorite devil, the only devil I fuck with, my man on the street, Danny Diablo, was out there in Long Island representing, catching some real extreme bike shit that you motherfuckers got to check out. So hang on right now and stay tuned and check this segment out. You're going to bug the fuck out. Gator Food, hit him with that shit.
This is Danny Diablo. We're in Babylon. The man on the scene. This is the Hard Corner. Ronnie Reality. What's up, everybody? This is Danny Diablo. You're watching the Hard Corner. Right now, I'm in Long Island, Babylon, Long Island, with Ronnie Reality. We're gonna do some crazy fucking shit.
We're gonna try to do some crazy stuff.
So what happened?
Let's hope for the best.
So tell me what you're doing here today.
Bicycles with life preservers on them, and you just build a ramp, jump in the water, be kids again. I'm 51 years old, and I'm the only one jumping here today. So, but we're keeping it hardcore as usual, and we're gonna try to do backflips today.
How long have you been in the bike circuit? And
okay,
yeah, man, tell me the whole.
So we did this as kids. What was I, 15 years old? In Deer Lake in West Islip, or North Babylon. And we built a ramp, and everybody from the neighborhood came and jumped. Me, being that I'm into the motorcycle so much, I kept doing it. Finding people to do it, building a ramp, getting bicycles and doing it. 33 years later, here we are. Still doing it every year, third Sunday in August every year at the Babylon Pool, or wherever this is called. I don't even know, because we normally get kicked out by cops and shit. But they've been cool today. They drove through the parking lot, and here we go. We're gonna do it again.
How long have you been doing? Tell everyone where they can see you soon doing stunts on your bike.
Pretty much on any local highway, the Long Island Expressway, the Sun State, Sunrise Highway. It doesn't really matter, because I'm a former pro rider, stunt rider on motorcycles, on sport bikes and stuff. So been with pro for 22 years, and just still keep it alive. You know, ripping it, and 100 miles an hour, and wheelies and endos, and hanging out with all my friends and fucking shit up. Same thing like hardcore shows, man. It's no different. It's the hardcore scene on motorcycles, except for what you go in the pit. Back in the day, you go in the pit, you do your thing, you get your respect by people, and then boom, you move it in, the next guy goes in. No different from breakdancing back in the day, back in the days. So this is no different, you know? So I try to, okay, I'll bring it to you, you know? I'll bring the ramp to you. I'll bring the bicycles to you. You just got to come with shorts and sneakers and come fuck shit up and have a good time. So next year, for everybody that says I'm doing it next year, you're going to see a post that says, well, it's next year, like I did this one. And people showed up, but they only come to watch, which is cool, and I don't give a shit. I smashed my face already on the first backflip I did, so I'll go do another one right now. And let's hope for the fucking best.
Well, listen, bro, Ronnie, thank you so much.
Yeah, of course, kid.
Ronnie Reality.
Yeah.
New York Hardcore, Long Island right here.
Yeah.
This guy's a legend. This is the Hardcore. What's up, Busky? What's up, Hoya Rock? Peace, love, and happiness.
My boys.
Yes.
Yeah. Listen, shout out to my man and my brother, my man on the scene, Danny Diablo. Check this out. Long Island, listen, we all about that life. If you a lifer and you're living that life 2.0, we fuck with you. A little tidbit on Ronnie. Well, Ronnie and his squad, his whole crew, they're a bunch of street bike riders. They do all the crazy freestyling. And you might have seen him and his crew on Drew Stone's videos that he put out a bunch of years ago on the whole street bike life and all that stuff.
Right.
So
they
do the Japanese, you know, freestyling and on the highways, the wilding out shit, some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Long story short, he's also a hardcore kid from Long Island and caught up with him doing the fucking Long Island bay jumps.
Yeah, right.
So it's a pretty bugged out shit, huh?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely extreme. You won't catch me doing any backflips off a ramp like that anymore.
Yeah.
Let alone I'm, years younger than him. So shout out to him for fucking having the balls to still pull that shit off, man.
Yeah, no, good, but cool shit. I was glad. Excuse me. I'm glad Isaac was able to cover it. Again, the extreme life, some crazy shit. The people that come from our world are into, but it's a beautiful thing. However you like to express yourself is the way you're supposed to express yourself. So if it means flying off a fucking whatever into the water, go do it.
And I love the fact that he said that he's been doing it since he was 15. You know what I mean? And that's the same shit we've been doing since we were fucking 15 is this. Talking about music, talking about fucking underground culture and spreading the fucking reality, you know? So it has a place in our world just as much as everything else does, for sure. So shout out to him, for
absolutely.
sure.
With that being said, I'm glad I'm glad for everybody who stayed tuned in, because I know once you tune in, you're not gonna not tune in, because that's just how we doing this shit. But shout out to everybody around the planet who's been spreading the word. Shout out to Danny Diablo, my man on the street. Shout out to all the bands, all the record companies that are pushing these bands, and all the bands out there grinding. Listen, we're in a beautiful place right now in music. Music is back.
Yep.
And
for sure.
And with that being said, the hard corners in the motherfucking building. We are the spot where the news brings you the news. Busky, let them know all the information they need to know.
Yeah, man. Like, follow, and subscribe. Smoking Word Podcast, Instagram and YouTube. Everyone says it, but it's true. It's important that you make comments, you like, you subscribe, and you get involved. We say it all the time. This is, contribution, boots on the ground. No one's on the sidelines here. So be a part of the team. And also the Patreon, contribute there. We always say that too. It always helps just keep things moving forward. So yeah, man.
Absolutely. And let's not forget, September 6th, the Hard Corner is the only spot on the planet dropping you that new Blood Clot single. We already heard it. Let me just tell you, it's some hard shit, and it does not sound like the Cro-Mag. So trust me when I tell you, tune in. We're going to have Blood Clot in the motherfucking building, and we're going to be live streaming. So you're going to be able to tap in live. Gator Food, you heard that? You better get on point. But listen, the only place on the planet with that new Blood Clot single, September 6th, the Hard Corner, Upstate Records, Pitchfork. It's fucking family business time. It's hunting season, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Busky, we out of here till next week.
That's right. Peace.
Gator, we out. Peace. I'll cut it.